Welcome to Day 5, Web Design with Google Sites. Today, we will focus on core content elements, text, images, and building effective calls to action buttons and links. Text and images are the absolute essentials of any web page. Before we worry about complex layouts, we need to master these two foundational elements. When inserting text, Google Sites gives you a full formatting toolbar. Your first priority is establishing a clear text hierarchy using titles, headings, subheadings, and normal text. Beyond that, you have total control over the styling, from fonts and sizes to adding quick links and emojis. You can easily adjust alignment, create bulleted or numbered lists, or duplicate and delete blocks to save time. For advanced styling, the toolbar also includes spacing, indentations, text highlighting, and even a clear formatting button if you need to start fresh. Next are images. A great website relies heavily on visuals. We will practice how to insert your graphics, resize them to fit your layout, and use the crop and uncrop tools to get the framing just right. We will learn how to perfectly align them with your text blocks and how to replace an existing image without messing up your page structure. Let's learn about calls to action, or CTAs. A beautiful website is a great start, but we also want visitors to do something. In Google Sites, we guide visitors using two main tools: buttons and links. A button's primary job is to prompt a user to perform a specific action. Avoid generic text, like "click here." Instead, use concise, active language, such as "enroll now" or "get connected." Visually, you want to pick a vibrant color for the button and pair it with a highly contrasting text color so it leaps off the page. Always place the button directly underneath the text it relates to, so the user's eye flows right into it. When you set it up, you can link it internally to another page on your site, or paste an external URL. Next, links are perfect for directing users to a different subpage or an external website without needing a big button block. You can turn a single word, a full phrase, or even an image into a clickable hyperlink. If you are linking text, pick an easy-to-read, vibrant color, and consider using bold or underline styles to make sure the user knows it's clickable. Just like buttons, keep your link phrasing concise, clear, and actionable. Let's talk about best practices to help us ground ourselves in two standards of modern web design: digital accessibility and copyright law. First, alt text, which stands for alternative text, a short description embedded behind an image. It serves some crucial purposes. It allows screen readers to read the visual description aloud to users with visual impairments, ensuring no instructional information is lost. It helps search engines crawl and understand the context of your page. And, practically speaking, if a user has a weak internet connection and the image fails to load, this text displays instead. When writing it, be concise and specific with your description, and remember a golden rule: avoid repeating the exact text that is already written on the page or inside the graphic itself. We also must address copyright contents. A very common mistake is pulling random images directly from an online search. This is almost always a copyright violation. Instead, you have better options. You can create your own original assets, use built-in AI generation tools, or buy royalty-free images where you pay a one-time fee. Best of all, you can use dedicated free stock libraries like Canva or Pexels. If you use images with Creative Commons licenses, just ensure you include proper attribution to give the original creator credit. Let's open your practice Google site. You can either double-click an empty area for the circle floating toolbar, or the upper right to click Insert for text box to drop a new text area onto your page. Once your text box is active, I want you to experiment with all 4 structural types in our formatting dropdown. First, try out Title. Remember, we want to save this style exclusively for the very top header of your page. Next, try Heading, which you will use throughout your site to introduce major content sections. Third, select Subheading. This is perfect for breaking down your minor topics or subsections. And finally, use normal text for your main body paragraphs, lists, and general descriptions. When formatting your text, keep the emphasis strategy in mind. Don't overstyle things. Pick one cohesive style for your site and stick to it. Most importantly, avoid bolding long sentences. If everything is bolded, nothing stands out, and it makes the layout harder for your users to read. Let's practice image management and adjustments. Visuals are what bring your site to life, so let's make sure we are comfortable manipulating them. First, to get an image onto your canvas, you can either click the plus icon directly on a placeholder block or look over at the upper right panel to click Insert for images. Notice that you can also pull in videos or maps from this same area, or double-click an empty area for the circle floating toolbar. Once your image is placed on the page, go ahead and click on it to activate its editing toolbar. Let's try out the following features. Use the handles to resize it, and practice using the built-in grid lines to align it cleanly. Try using the crop tool to adjust the framing, and if you don't like the result, just click Uncrop or the reset icon to instantly return it to its original full dimensions. You can also experiment with turning the image into a CTA by clicking Add Link, or use the quick buttons to duplicate or delete the element entirely. Finally, let's look at the 3 dots on that tiny toolbar. Click it to find your advanced options: Replace Image, Add Caption, and most importantly, Alt Text. Let's practice functional calls to action. First, creating and naming the buttons. Go to the upper right to click Insert. Scroll down to find and click the Button tool. A small window will pop up. Step 2. Enter a name using an active and engaging phrasing, like Register Today or Explore Resources, instead of a generic Click Here. Step 3. Click the Link field to choose an internal page from the site's drop-down menu, or manually type or paste an external URL. Finally, click the blue Insert button to drop it onto the page. Once the button is on the canvas, let's practice changing its style and colors. Click directly on the new button to bring up its floating toolbar. Click the Style drop-down to toggle between filled, outlined, or text, and practice using the alignment options to see how it looks set to left, center, right, or full length. Now, if you don't like the background color of your button, you can change it globally. Go to the upper right to click Themes. Scroll down to Components and modify the button colors there to match your site's brand perfectly. Now, let's practice internal navigation and external linking to tie the entire website together and connect it to outside resources. First, let's link an internal page or subpage within your own site. Start by double-clicking to highlight a specific piece of text, or simply click once to select an image on your canvas. Then, click the link icon on the floating toolbar. Step 2, a drop-down menu will appear automatically listing all the pages you've created in your site. Scroll through and choose the specific page associated with that text or graphic. Step 3, make sure to click the blue Apply button to save it. Next, let's practice linking text to an external web page. Highlight a different piece of text or select an image and click that same link icon. This time, instead of picking a page from the drop-down menu list, you will manually type or paste your external destination, like a Google Calendar link or an informational resource, into the box. Hit Apply to finalize it. Keep in mind this important detail. When the site is published, any external link will automatically open in a brand new browser tab. This is a great user experience practice because it ensures visitors don't lose their place on the main website. Today, we learned about the core content elements for Day 5. We practiced the text hierarchy dropdown, trying to get your image cropping to align perfectly, or figuring out how to tweak your button styles in the Themes panel. See you next class.